연진. Hey everyone, it's Garrison here, and welcome back to the channel. And today I am super duper excited as it is a new month in the new year, and we are on to May with Juha. It seems like we love to see it, but I'll be checking out with y'all Seraphim's latest and newest release of Unforgiven, featuring Nile Rodgers, the legend himself, the music video for it and all. Let's be real here, everyone, fellow Fear-Nots. We have been highly anticipating this brand new era, especially that day after checking out that highlight medley with me. If you guys recall correctly, I was talking about how like Flash Forward really stood out to me in a way it could be used as an intro slash outro for Lennyverse, the new season of Lennyverse that we're also anticipating. No Return into the Unknown really stood out to me the most, and particularly taste-wise as well. Between You, Me, and the Lamppost was so emotionally gravitating, you know, Yunjin in the works, and it seems like it's a way in terms of a fan song, it seems like, that I was getting for Fear Not. So I'm gonna have to find out for myself. I'm sorry I'm getting ahead of myself already in terms of talking about the B-sides, but other than that, let's just dive into the music video for Unforgiven now. Alright, so I brought it up here, Unforgiven, featuring Nile Rodgers by Sserafim. I got the English captions on and all. Let's go. Yep, on to a new era. See the front here is Sserafim for this building. Some sort of fancy restaurant. Juha. One on the table. Oh, right away. Hey. Hey. Wanna shut me up? Ah, Yunjin. Seraphim. The wings on fire. Manche there. Ooh, I love the padding of the drums and the rustic guitar work being strummed. Where's this headed though? The arrow. Hey. As a new era, Unforgiven, yeah. Wow, what a chorus here. That constant strumming, that like western woodwind, like Wild West instrument. Yunjin. Cinderella type of girl. Man, I love this inner villain that's being channeled by all the members. Love these close-up shots with Yunjin in the car here. Some 808 bass in the mix, trap percussion. Telemanche. Never be a clown. Kinda loud. Hey. Crazy with it on this dance pop track beat. Man, oh man. Shout out to everyone behind the scenes, likes of Sorb, Nile Rodgers himself. People behind the scenes, like the creative production end of things. You notice the layout with the fancy restaurant just setting
Sserafim.
the scene. And setting the scene as in, notice how it's given as literally in that action sense of, you know, breaking the rules, Juha standing on the table in some sort of fancy restaurant, them not caring, not giving a single, you know, crap pretty much about any thing, and going on their way and doing anything they like, and just channeling that inner villain of a brand new era from them, and in a way gearing this message towards not only about themselves but everyone out there, and encouraging others to muster up that courage, I feel like. And what a way to do it on a pop dance track with rock influences, and especially with this like Wild Wild West influence with that woodwind instrument that could very well be the ocarina that tends to be utilized in Wild West movies as background music, you know, cinematic type of music. And I love how we get it very often in the song, but at the same time there's a great balance between Nile Rodgers and Sserafim. In case you guys are not familiar with Nile Rodgers, we're talking about ranging with working with the likes of Snoop Dogg all the way to Taylor Swift, Madonna, your legends like Madonna, David Bowie, and all. And now you can add Sserafim to that mix, and it's clear that Nile Rodgers, like, he could have came through with a solo part, but he did not come through with a solo part. He actually gave them a really good, recognizable guitar riff. I strongly believe that. And then we have an addition of like a bass guitar added in the mix with the ocarina. The padding of the drums, it was really cool. It was light with it. It was not overly epic. What was you know, more upfront in our face was the trap percussion and that 808 bass, obviously. And the most cool part about this song sonically, believe it or not, is the vocal arrangement and the arrangement to the song. I've got to say, there is not necessarily a pre-chorus set in the song. It's constantly utilizing that refrain that we heard at the start, utilized as an intro. So one who are familiar with the music and music theory and all that stuff, may really believe that this is quite experimental. And coming from a little bit of background of that, I've got to say, as a person who's played several different instruments and has a huge passion for music, this is quite experimental, believe it or not. Not only utilizing that ocarina, right, and these fresh, newly used instruments in a way that I've never heard before from any other release or song in the K-pop scene, but the arrangement, right? Utilizing that refrain as a pre-chorus, then hitting that chorus, including the boys and girls, Unforgiven girls and boys, you know what I'm saying? And then that bridge with that clown line, right? It could have been cheesy. The song could have been fully cheesy, but thankfully it didn't wasn't cheesy at all with the attitude being set, the presence that's being shown by all the members. And I feel like the showcase and the timing and the display for each and every member and the distribution was very well put throughout this release upon first listen and watch, I've got to say. So all in all, this is a 10 out of 10 yet again by Sserafim. I love the message in the song, channeling their inner villains and being unforgiven and, you know, not caring, being careless as they go and not caring about how people view them, or just being on their way and breaking the rules. And I feel like this, in a way, sonically, the song is breaking the rules. Like, oh, you're supposed to have a pre-chorus before a chorus. Not necessarily. You're supposed to have initial first verse 1. No, not necessarily. You're supposed to do this in music. But let's be real here. Sure, there's certain things that you should have in a song and arrangements and sections, but they did it in a way where it was sensical yet experimental at the same time, which is so mind-blowing to me, the matter of fact. Now, visually, we can cover that on the second watch here. So let me bring it back up here from the beginning, and let's go. This is what I'm saying about, like, the creative end of things. The way that they were able to film this, book some sort of building, restaurant setting, or, you know, build this. I'm sure they used some restaurant setting, right? Very fancy. Everyone's, you know, no one's being obnoxious, right? But next thing you know, of all members, you have is Juha. She decides to stand up on the table with her cowboy hat, which is very fitting with the ocarina that, you know, tends to be utilized in Wild West movie background music to set the Wild West scene and all, whether it's an ocarina or Western kind of flutes, or not a Western kind of flute, but a flute that is not, you know, your usual kind of flute, like a different kind of woodwind instrument. How she raises her head, and then this is probably the signature move, like villain, as in almost like sort of like devil ears. Come on, like, you got the merch and all. You even got the helicopter as the group name on the helicopter. But what I love about the lines here, Unforgiven, I'm a villain, love the rhyme scheme. It'll be remembered as a new era. See what I'm saying with the message? Warriors looking for a game to hunt. I love that line. And notice this, what I forgot to mention about, because I was just so blown away but with these scenes that were being shown, you know. See, all the members are here, everyone's looking at them like, what are they doing? That constant strumming, that looping of that strumming, and then there's that 808 cowbell that you tend to hear in hip-hop influenced tracks mostly. And then that constant it's throughout the entirety of this song, actually. It feels like I could really sense that ocarina. Iconic scene with Juha. I don't know what Manche's doing. Is she putting like some sort of hot sauce or ketchup on the birthday cake or cake? See, the breaking the rules. What's cool from the concept photos that we saw prior to this and all for each and every single version, we get to see, you know, some of those props into play, and of course the horse, the white horse with Chaewon. A beautiful strumming The padding of the drums. Iconic scene with Yunjin, without a doubt, with the choreo being done like this. And then on the bullet points of this arrow, in case you guys didn't know, what's this tip of the bow and arrow, the arrow right here, it's a bullet point and it says Unforgiven. And then it travels. I didn't expect this at all. Through this building. And then one part of Juha's wings is taken off here, right? So carrying on to this new era, right? That reference. Iconic sword scene, you know? They got their branding on literally everything. Forgiven, girls. And this is the chorus, but one thing that I wanted to point out that I forgot to mention is, actually, I think it's, is it, okay, I think it was with, yes, it was with Chaewon. I forgot to mention here with the scene right here, this is a pre-refrain, actually. And I love how this is a pre-refrain where it switches it up and it makes it less repetitive. And this is what I exactly was feeling like. It was very earwormy in terms of the delivery back on Anti-Fragile. Same with Unforgiven here in a different manner, and it's not over repetitive. Notice that due to this pre-refrain. And I feel like a good amount of this song is not like digitally done, you know what I'm saying? Well, sure, one thing through a DAW and all, but I'm sure they took physical instruments and played them, like the ocarina. That snare drum. Hey. Unforgiven, girls. Percussion work, very well done. That would like work in the back. Iconic scene with Kura. So this is verse 2, and usually verse 2 we can usually see it in like 1 minute, 1 minute and 15 seconds, but actually we get hit with at the 2 minute mark, which is really dope and unusual in a good way. I'm unforgiven, given. That's my style. I'm living. Love it. She is the moment. I don't need anything fancy like that. I love the tongue scene, yeah. Even Kura gets even more iconic as this music video progresses. If belief's a sin, I'm a villain. I'm not that Cinderella type of girl. Tell him. See, like conforming to the norms of how you should act, what you should do, whether it's like, oh, you know, stereotypes of, you know, doing girl things or boy things, you know what I'm saying? The intentions here is like, do whatever you want, whatever pleases you, and go on your way on your journey. I love the scene with Manche with the feathers. You know, partly she's having fun with it in the car, Yunjin. That's strumming. Nile Rodgers did an incredible job. Score, megatone, everyone behind the works. old stand-up mic with Manche earlier. That wink. Very hip-hop-esque scene here with these cars. Everyone with their phones and their flashlights. It's a whole party out here. Chaewon really shined this era as well. So cool with that like thunder, or sorry, that lightning I should say, in the back. See, visual creative end, A cam, B cam, the production designer, special effects, whether it's drone shots, gimbals, post-production, with the editing,
Sserafim.
visual effects and all. It was very well detailed and considered, and I noticed on my recommendations there, apparently they performed No Return into the Unknown, so I'm definitely gonna have to check that out as soon as possible with you guys. I think I'm gonna do the album first listen, of course, without a doubt first, before we dive into any of the M2 performances, the comeback showcase show, and all with Sserafim, and they also have some comeback show on M2, 2 days, 1 night, if I recall correctly, that series that I'm gonna be gearing up soon. I'm sure Lennyverse is gonna come back, and also stay tuned for all that good content. But pretty much to sum it up is that this era, yet again, sets another precedence kind of era that is iconic, but also with great intentions and purpose in this song. The overall soundscape links really well to the concept. The concept sets up the members really well, and I think all the members had their own respective scenes that are so memorable. Most importantly, you don't get that often by any other group, I've got to say, that kind of good balance, a showcase of all of the members. Like, sure, I might be wrong on distribution wise, okay, not knowing what the distribution is right now, but from what I'm hearing upon first watch and listen, second watch and listen, and the scenes that are being shown, I love how there's spotlight of a moments for each and every member on their own end, and then how they bring it together just like that. So all in all, taking that rock, dance, pop, beat, you know, with the rock influences and such, Western influences with the ocarina. It's 10 out of 10 production on the song, but also the music video as well, how it was directed, filmed, post-production, editing. You get the point at this point, but stay tuned for more Sserafim content, everyone. Let me know your favorite moments in the song. I think I gotta say, I really love the bridge, even though it comes through with that clown line. Like, I told you guys time and time again, I really don't mess with songs that have that purpose of, like, trendy stuff, whether it's talking about, like, you know, ad-libs like Skirt, or, like, you know, you could say, like, clown in a way, or like, memes bringing up in releases more heavily in the K-pop scene. But this was very fitting, and it wasn't cheesy at all by any means, which is what a relief on that forefront, I've got to say. So let me know your favorites. Let me know if you're interested in album review. I think all of that good content will be early access on Patreon, and then I'll release the album on the channel, album first listen, then we'll do the performances and such, and then any other variety content afterwards. So stay tuned. This has been Garrison. Be sure to like, subscribe, as it goes a long way and it helps out the channel. Let me know your favorite moments in this. A lot of iconic moments. I think the helicopter scene was cool, but I think most importantly, the song, it did not miss. It did not miss. It just seems like Sserafim just keeps on coming through with hit after hit. But hey, take care as always, and peace.